Students, welcome to mathematics class. Students, this is part 2 of the chapter number systems. In this part 2, we will continue recollecting types of numbers that we have learnt in our previous 8th standard. So today we are going to discuss about fractions and rational numbers. Coming to the fractions. How do we define fraction? Fraction is defined as a number of the form P by Q. Children, any number which is in the form of this P by Q, where P and Q both are natural numbers, which means we need to have a natural number upon another natural number. This is called as a fraction. Now, what does this means? 2 upon 5. You know, here 2 upon 5, this is actually talks about the operation 2 divided by 5. So, what do you mean by 2 divided by 5? It talks about the division. So, how do we divide 2 by 5? And if at all I divide, what would be the answer? You know, the operation 2 divided by 5, the division operation, when we do it, we arrive at two is smaller than 5, so I have to take the decimal places. Then this dividend 2 becomes 20. Now the divisor 5 divides 4. 5 4s are 20. So 20 minus 20 is 0. And the result in this 2 divided by 5 in this division operation, which we call it as a quotient, is 0.4. Now, the moment I got 0.4, I can definitely say they are different from the numbers that we have learnt in our previous class. They are not fulls. They are not full. They are part. They are part of a full. They are part of a full. What do you mean by part of a full? So, in some of the, like in our smaller sections, in our low classes, we learn fraction as a part of a whole, part of a full. So, defining fraction is using this sentence, the part of a full. So, fraction is a part of full. What does it mean? Children, part of a full we learnt in our even 8th standard. When I have a one full cut into 5 equal pieces, when one full, one full or one whole is cut into 5 equal parts gives us, let me draw properly, instead of circle I'll take some rectangle shape. Now here I have drawn a rectangle divided into 5 equal parts, where this one full is cut into 5 equal parts I can consider. So each part represents the 1/5 portion. This 1/5 portion in which I have taken only 2 parts out of 5 equal parts. That is what this fraction represents. So for that reason, even in our lower class we wrote fraction is a part of the whole. So this sentence we learnt in our lower class for this reason. So whatever this I have considered 2 pieces out of 5 equal parts made is giving the meaning of fraction. So can it be full? Yes, it can be full also. If I consider all 5 pieces, 5 out of 5, which means one full, that can be even a fraction. So we improvised in some of our low classes such as 6th or 7th. Fraction is a part of the whole or the whole. So this is how we improvised the sentence. But the moment we have come into further higher classes, we learned defining fraction with the above sentence, that is a number of the form p by q, where p and q are natural numbers. So a number of the form p by q where p and q are natural numbers will be called as fraction. And remember children, very important, is 0 a fraction? The question comes, is a 0 fraction? Most of the times children they get confused and give wrong answer. For this question, is 0 a fraction? Answer is a big no. Why? Why no? I explained in your 8th standard. Here, when this numerator p and denominator q are natural numbers, where natural number set will never contain 0, so I cannot take 0 for either numerator or for the denominator. I am not having possibility of taking this p or q as 0. So when I cannot take, so how could 0 comes? Remember, fraction is little more than 0. Remember, fraction is always a number more than 0, little more than 0, such as 0.000000001. From there it starts, little more than 0, but not equal to 0. Okay, and it can be any big number. It can be any big number. Now, okay, I hope you have noted down all these points. If you have not If you have not noted down, pause the screen and note it down, and I am going to add some more points for this fraction. Okay. Now the question comes, is there any symbol to represent fraction? And the answer is, there is no special symbol or a letter to represent fraction. No special letter. And so far, as of now. Okay, children? Later you will learn there is a special notation to represent fractions. Okay, later you will learn. What would be the set notation? As I gave you for natural number, set notation, for whole numbers, set notation, for integers, set notation, do we have any set notation for fractions? That is the question that comes. So this is the way of representing fractions in set form. Fraction is a number of the form p by q, where this is such that, in mathematics we read it as such that, okay, where p and q are natural numbers. As of your class 9 standard, you write down this much enough. Okay, this is the set notation for a fraction. And third comes examples. What are the examples for fraction? I gave you 2 by 3 is a fraction, which is, sorry, 2 by 5 I gave now. So what is the value of 2 by 5? 0.4. We found that. So it's a fraction, and you can give now so many examples. 1 by 3, 7 by 4, and etc. And 0 is not a fraction, you have already noted down. And another important note, so 0 is not a fraction. And what is another important note? Fraction is always little more than 0. And third note, all fractions are, if it is little more than 0, that means all fractions are positive. Okay, all fractions are positive. So this is what we give you as some important points. Now moving on to the further, I'll add up some more important points about fraction. Write down. First point, all the natural numbers are fractions. Is it true? Yes, all the natural numbers are fractions. Then 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, so on. These are natural numbers. Now how can I write this in the form of p by q? The question comes. We have already numerator 1. What would be its denominator? Its denominator is divided by 1. So 1 by 1 is 1, 2 by 1 is 2, 3 by 1 is 3. That means, am I writing this form? Yes. 4 by 1 here, 5 by 1, 5 by 1 and so on. Remember, this all natural numbers when they are considered as fractions, then what would be its denominator? The denominator would be 1. Okay, so all natural numbers are fractions considering the denominator as 1. Okay, where the denominator would be 1. Now vice versa is not true. Why vice versa is not true? Why? Because I gave you 2 by 5, which is a fraction, but 2 by 5 is a fraction but not a natural number. So we can give this way one reason why vice versa is not true. Okay, so this is another important point. So you write down a point and the questions why, how, these questions you can write down below such examples so that you can answer any sort of question like true or false, reason it out, all that you can easily answer when you have such examples. Okay, yeah, pause the screen if you want. You can note down this example before I go for second point. You note it down. Now next, coming down to the another important point, all the whole numbers are not fractions. Why? Here all the whole numbers are not fractions. Reason is here, as 0 is not a fraction. It is not a fraction and 0 present in whole number set. So all the whole numbers are not fractions. So it's an important bit. Okay. Next, third point, all fractions are positive numbers. That is, negative numbers are not fractions. So sometimes it is even said no negative number is a fraction. It is said like this also. Okay. Then another fourth important point, fractions are more than 0 but less than 1 are called proper fractions. You know children, fractions are classified as proper and improper. So what do you mean by proper fractions? Proper fractions means any fraction lying between 1 and 1, sorry, 0 and 1. So it should not be equal to 0. You know, if it is equal to 0, then it is not called a fraction, and it is not equal to 1 also. Okay, it should be less than 1. They are all called proper fractions. And the other way, in your class 8 you learned a fraction where in the form of p by q, where p, q are natural numbers and p is less than q. That means numerator less than denominator is called proper fraction. This is also another way of defining. Now what is improper fraction? Improper fraction is a fraction which is more than 1, okay, more than or equal to 1, equal or more than 1, more or equal. How we say improper fraction is more than or equal to 1. We write like this, more than or equal to. So 1 is also fraction, but it is improper fraction. So 1.1, 1.4, 1.007, all these are improper fractions. Then further, these improper fractions are written in mixed form. Okay, mixed fraction. How? Means 2 integer 7 upon 11. This is a mixed fraction. You know, its actual value is 11 2s are 22 plus 7 29 by 11. It is actually 2 plus 7 by 11. This is the mixed fraction, meaning this full portion added to this part portion. Okay. That gives a improper fraction where numerator is more than denominator. Okay. Then that is what I am going to give as a improper fraction definition. Fractions equal or more than 1 are called improper fractions. So children, today with this I will wind up our session. In our tomorrow's class, let us recollect the meaning of rational numbers and further whatever is essential for class 9 standard. Okay, till then take care of yourself. Jai Hind. Thank you.